Welcome to North Alabama Game Day, your all-access pass to the pulse of high school sports across North Alabama. Every Thursday at 7 p.m., join Carter, Harrison, Barrett, and Sam as they break down the biggest games, boldest predictions, and behind-the-scenes action. It's time to kick off. Let's get in the game.
Hello and welcome to North Alabama Game Day. We're going to talk a little bit about the games around the area this week again. You know, we've got special guests here. We'll get to that in a second. I'm Carter.
I'm Harris.
I'm Sam.
Barrett.
And our special guest.
That's Cord.
Cord Pig.
Cord Pig plays at Marshall Bible School. Cord, tell us about your position, what you do at Marshall.
Okay, I play weak tackle, and then on defense, I play defense tackle.
Big tackle guy.
Yeah.
Big tackle guy.
Tackle
All about the
side,
tackle.
yeah.
Love the tackle.
So thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Please share it right now if you're able to. I know we only have one person watching this right now live, but please share this. Get this to as many people as you can. We appreciate the support. So I think we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Normally we're pretty long-winded. So first game that I would like to talk about, these are all on Friday night. We're not covering any Thursday night games, which would have started 2 minutes ago, is the Addison at Waterloo game. Sam, if you're prepared to talk about that, go ahead.
All right, so Addison is coming off 2 losses, but both of them are to undefeated teams, and Waterloo has just not been very good. So I think Addison bounces back this week.
I'm going to bounce back. I'm gonna agree with Sam on this one. I have to take Addison. You know, Waterloo's not looking too good. They beat them 51-20 last year, so I have to take Addison.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm also gonna have to go Addison. So Addison is 3-3 this season, not just a fantastic record, and Waterloo is 1-4, which is especially not fantastic. I think Addison's looking decent this year. I definitely think that I don't think Waterloo just has the capability to keep up with them. So I'm gonna have to go Addison on this game.
Waterloo lost to Sheffield. So, I mean, Marshall killed Sheffield.
Sure did.
And Sheffield's not a very great team. And I don't think Waterloo is just as good as Addison. So I'm going to have to go Addison on this one.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all mentioned it. I might be wrong, but they did. Addison did beat Waterloo 51-20 last year.
Waterloo's 1-5. It's
crazy.
Yeah.
Trash.
Yeah.
So, anyways. All right, on to the next game.
We're
Not used to having a guest speaker.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to go with the Addison. Waterloo's not very good,
No, they're not.
just to be honest. But
Yep.
yeah, Addison.
Okay.
Good pick.
Next game. Athens at Muscle Shoals. Sam?
Yeah, this is a pretty big game. Both teams have really good records. Muscle Shoals won pretty big last year, and they've won the last 9. And they both have played Coleman, and Muscle Shoals won by more. So we'll go with Muscle Shoals this week.
Also going to take Muscle Shoals. You know, they've looked really good this year. 1 loss, undefeated in the area. Got a big area game this week. Muscle Shoals got it.
So both of these teams are really good. Like Sam pointed out, 5-0 and 4-1. Those are both some pretty strong records. And I know Muscle Shoals is looking pretty good this year. I would love to say that Athens is going to be, I think they're honestly the underdog right here.
I agree.
And I would love to say that Athens is going to, win this game, but I really don't think they've got it in them. I think Muscle Shoals is going to come out with a dub, especially after last. And I know it's, last year it really doesn't matter as much, but Muscle Shoals did beat them 66-28 last year, which is a pretty big win.
It's a big win.
So I'm going to have to go with Muscle Shoals on this one.
Athens is 5-0, and I think that they're a really good team. It's going to be a really close game. But I think Muscle Shoals will pull it out to a touchdown or 3. I don't know, but I think Muscle Shoals will win.
I also think Muscle Shoals is going to win. I mean, I like the Athens quarterback. He's good, but he can carry the whole team, so I'm going to have to go with Muscle Shoals.
Thanks, Emma, for watching.
Back at it
Look
again.
at
Thank
Athens.
you.
Red shirt, black jacket is cute. I completely agree. Good call. Moving on.
Okay, moving on. Next game
Mhm.
is going to be also, I just want to go ahead and say this. We picked game of the week as Central and Deshler. That's our game of the week. That's going to be the very last game that we're going to be going over tonight. All right, next game is going to be Clements at Lauderdale County. Sam?
Yeah, Clements is 1-4 this season. They're just not very good. Lauderdale County lost to Brooks last week. Pretty disappointing. I thought they were going to win, so I think they bounced back big time this week.
You know, I got the pick right last week between Lauderdale County and Brooks. I took the underdog Brooks, and Brooks ended up with the win. You know, Lauderdale County's lost 2 straight to us and then to Brooks. Is that right?
Mhm.
So I think they're going to pull this game out. You know, Clement's not looking too good, 1-5, 0-3 in the region. So I think that Lauderdale County's going to go get over that 500 hump and look pretty good.
I hate to say Lauderdale County again. I really do. But I picked against them in the past weeks, and they proved me wrong pretty much every time. Not every time, but they proved me wrong last week. Lauderdale County and Brooks game.
I might have been the only one to pick Brooks.
Mhm.
I really think I was.
Yeah. But so anyways, I definitely think that Lauderdale County is going to win this game. They're looking pretty strong. I definitely think they're kind of on a revenge tour, you could say, from the whooping they took from Marshall. So Clement's not looking too good. They're 1-5. I definitely don't think there's a lot to talk about on this one. I think Lauderdale County is going to come out with a big dub tomorrow night and be pretty pumped about it.
I got the county winning this one. I mean, Lauderdale County, it says that they have every time that they played Clements, they are 10-0 against Clements. So I got Lauderdale County win this one. Pretty good bet.
I agree.
Yeah, Clements lost to Clements lost to Rogers by 3 touchdowns. So I mean, I wouldn't really say they're gonna do very good. So I'd have to go Lauderdale County.
I'd say that's very valid, Cord. All right, next game. Culver County at Culver Heights. Sam?
Yeah, so Colbert County's won the last 4 meetings, and they've struggled in recent weeks. And Colbert Heights they've got a lot better record. So I'm actually going to go with Colbert County here. I think they finally start to turn their season around a little bit and win this one. So I got Colbert County.
You know, we bragged on Culver County after we played them just a couple of weeks ago. You know, they surprised our team. They jumped out and they looked pretty good against us. Then they played Rogers and ended up getting beat. You know, I heard they've been dealing with some injuries. You know, I think I'm going to take Culver Heights. We took Culver Heights. What was that against? Was that against Tanner a few weeks ago? And they shocked the world and ended up getting whooped. So I'm going to go back to Culver Heights. I'm going to take them. I think I could see them beating Culver County if Culver County is dealing with injury. I think if Culver County is fully healthy, I think they might pull it out, but I'm going to take Culver Heights.
I'm going to have to disagree with Sam and agree with Carter on this one. I do think Culver Heights is going to win this. Neither of them have a very impressive, whatever it's called, record. So Culver County is 1-5, and I definitely think they're not wanting to be 1-6, but I have a feeling they are going to be after tomorrow night. Culver County, they really did shock us the first time when Marshall played them this year. We really did think that they weren't going to be much of anything, and they actually ended up being looking like a pretty good team.
Mm-hmm.
I think that really shocked us on that one. So I'm going to have to go with Culver Heights, even though Culver County has won 4 straight meetings, and they have a 34-4 lead in their series against one another. But I will have to say Culver Heights on this one.
He says since 2014, Colbert Heights is 1-7 against Colbert County. I think Colbert County. I think they're going to win. I don't have a lot of information about them, but I think that they'll do better than.
You got Culver County?
Yeah.
2-2 right now, Cord.
I got Culver County also. They've lost 3 games in the region, but it's been to Marshall, Lauderdale County, and Rogers, which are the best teams in the region besides Culver County. And I can also say they're a very, very tough team. They play hard. I have to go Culver County.
Good pick.
You got a
That is a good pick.
good after that.
So he knows he's played against them. He's played against those guys. All right, next game, Danville at Brooks.
So Brooks coming off that huge win last week at Lauderdale County, and good save.
That could have been terrible.
Woo! Scared me just for a second.
Yeah, so Brooks, big win. You know, Danville's not very good, so Brooks keeps it going this week.
Picked Brooks last week. You know, I was pretty high on them. Also got them this week. You know, I said it last week. Didn't end up happening, but I want to see Garrett Burrow get his first passing touchdown of the year. He's up there really high in the rushing category, especially as a quarterback.
He still haven't.
That's
Zero.
insane.
Yeah, 0 passing touchdowns.
Not dogging on a guy.
No.
He
But
should. He's not very good.
Okay, had a
okay, all right.
had a great game last week. Ended up winning. You know, he's up there pretty high in the rushing category with about 62 rushes, 466 rushing yards, 12 rushing touchdowns for a quarterback. It's pretty good. You know, it's just see if he can throw a few.
Yeah. I'm also gonna have to go with Brooks on this one. Danville's not looking too good, and Brooks has unfortunately shocked me here recently. They don't have a great record, 3-2. That's not just fantastic, but I do think they have just a lot more athletic ability on their team, and neither of them really. Danville is 2-3, and Brooks is 3-2. So I don't think it'll be a close game though. I think Brooks will win this game with ease.
I voted Brooks last week, I voted Lauderdale County. I voted against Brooks, and they shocked me. I thought that Lauderdale County was going to kill them, but they ended up doing really well. So I think Brooks is going to surprise me again. I think that Brooks is going to come out, and I think they're really high off of their win over Lauderdale County. So I think they're going to take this one away.
I'll have to go Brooks. I played Danville in my first playoff game 2 years ago, and they're not very well coached. So I mean, I think I'll take Brooks by a landslide.
Yeah. All right. Next game, Elkmont at Sheffield.
All right, so Sheffield won 47-14 last week, and I think
At Waterloo.
At Waterloo.
At Waterloo.
And
So-
who did they also upset? Sheffield.
Was it Colbert Heights?
let me
Colbert
see,
Heights. That's who it
Sheffield-
was.
It might have been Colbert Heights, because we picked Colbert Heights.
Yeah,
that was-
Colbert. Okay, they beat Colbert Heights 47-27
Yeah. So
2 weeks ago.
So yeah, I think
Vance is calling Sam.
yes, I think
Vance, if you
Sheffield.
don't care, well, is he on the?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay.
He wouldn't call.
He just
He's not. He's
okay.
not that
Never
good.
mind.
I think Sheffield carries it over and beats Elkmont, but might be close. I don't really know.
I'm gonna take Sheffield. Sheffield's had a few good games in a row. Not too high on Elkmont, and I'm rooting for Sheffield. They had a horrible game against us. It was honestly embarrassing to watch.
Mhm.
Like me and Harrison said, we left super early in that game. Was not worth our time.
End of the third.
Absolutely.
I would have
left
stayed,
halftime.
but it started raining, and it's just
Sorry, Corey.
It's like-
we didn't stay.
It was-
Y'all aren't true fans.
I mean, for
You're
goodness
right.
sakes, y'all
Y'all
beat
are
them.
friends.
Y'all beat them 62
Hey, did you even play in the second half, Corey?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay, see.
Okay.
How that
Yeah,
make
so
a-
exactly.
So
I did.
That should tell you
I don't
something.
think-
I'm gonna take Sheffield.
I'm also gonna have to take Sheffield. It's kind of hard to say that after a team loses 62-0, and you're there watching it. It was just like murder, really. I would say. I hope that doesn't trigger something online,
I
but
hope it does.
We might need to censor that.
yeah, we might need to
Be the B button.
beat that one out. But honestly, that was pretty bad, and it's weird. It's weird. It's weird saying that a team that lost by 62 points is going to win, but I do think that they're going to beat. I do think they're going to beat Elkmont. They both have the same exact record though. They're both 1-2 in the region and 2-3 in total. Sheffield beat Waterloo, like Sam said earlier, 47-14, and Waterloo's not just a fantastic team, but I do think that Sheffield has kind of been starting to prove themselves and improve themselves.
Something
over
must have
this-
clicked.
over this season, and they're looking a whole lot better than when we played them earlier. So, anyways, I'm gonna have to go with Sheffield.
Elmont beat Clement 16-0. Sheffield, like we said, they won 47-14, and they have the same record. So, I'm gonna take the underdog, and I'm gonna say Elmont.
Boom.
I don't know if it's gonna be I think it'll be close, but I don't know. I don't know. I just feel Elmont might take this one.
Big Oakmont guy.
No, not.
I'm also gonna go with Oakmont. I mean,
Ooh.
Yeah.
I haven't played them yet, but Sheffield, they were not good at all. So I can't pick them.
Yeah, it's hard. It was hard for me to do that after I watched that beat down. I mean,
They had some big players. I don't know what was wrong with necessarily Sheffield, maybe coaching, but they had some good players, good talent. They just
Couldn't figure it out.
They couldn't do anything.
Wasn't it 50-something to 0?
62 nothing.
What was it?
It was 56-0 at half.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was.
Well, I've got a picture on my phone. I'm gonna bring it up really quick. I took a picture of the scoreboard right before I left. No, it actually was not right before I left. I think there was 5 minutes left in the half. And let's see. Right, that's not it. Y'all can go ahead and
I'll say
Yeah.
this while Harrison's looking. One time I was coming from the Buc-ee's in Athens and I missed my exit and ended up in the middle of Elkmont. So I don't feel right picking Elkmont to win this one. It was just a hunch,
what in the world?
15 miles past my exit wasn't a fun turnaround. Cost me 30 extra minutes. So
It's unfortunate.
Sheffield.
So you don't like Oakmont,
Nothing against Elkmont. It's just
the
that-
city.
It's just you didn't like how
Just
you
that
just
exit.
had
You didn't like
people
the
in
exit.
their town.
Yeah.
Okay, well, turns out I cannot find it, but we were spanking them. I mean, that's end of the story. All right, next game that we're going to be going to is Fairview at Russellville.
All right, so this is a very big game for their region, and the winner of this is very likely to win that region.
Mhm.
And so, Russellville has won the last four straight region titles, and I think Fairview was the runner-up in most of those. I'm not for
I
sure.
believe so.
And I just, you got to bring up the stud running back Cam Finney. I don't think Fairview's going to be able to contain them as much as we were, thanks to Cord and company.
Jeff Gord.
Cord
So-
and company.
I got Russellville in this one. I think it's a very good game, very close one.
Before we move on, Cam Finney has 1,385 rushing yards so far.
Core's having flashbacks over here.
Yeah.
From playing.
Anyways,
No, only 130 against us.
Yeah, we had
That's
a
true.
I
we
think
had
you
a-
did. I
we
mean,
did pretty well.
we contained them. Got better defensive line.
Great stats though. I checked the national stats earlier on this week. I believe he was second in the nation in rushing yards right now.
Yeesh.
So
He was first last year.
yeah, he
Sounds
was
pretty
first for a
decent to
while.
me.
Somebody passed him. He had a bye week. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna take Russell. It's just it's ridiculous what he's been able to be what he's been able to do. So it's ridiculous what Cam's been able to be doing and hold it up so far along throughout the season. So I got him having another big game and them pulling out with the victory.
I want to say Fairview, but I'm going to say Russell. Fairview, but also has a very good record, 4-0. Russell's 4-1. Of course, their loss was to Cord Pig. So,
Not the Panthers. Ford pick.
so Russell has won 28 straight region games, which is very impressive. It's the second longest in the state, behind Catholic Montgomery, who I have heard of.
I have heard of it.
I've never heard of them, but they have won 36 straight. I will have to say that Russell's going to win this one. I mean, I don't want to make Cord too angry here, but they did look like a pretty solid team. I know that Marshall's got some good talent, so of course, that doesn't always show. But Russell did have some good talent on their team. They've got some star players, I will say, some players that are really helping out a lot, and I think they're going to win. But I do think it might be a close game.
I could see it.
I'm going to say that.
Fairview beat Lawrence County 28-25 the other day, and it says that Cole Redding has rushed 136 yards for 12 carries. I think this will be a closer game than most of us are see, but I think that Fairview will come out with it.
Whoa.
Okay.
Which Lawrence County was it that got close with them? Was it Alabama or Tennessee?
Good
Oh,
question.
That's a pretty
They
big
don't.
difference.
Why, they need
Did
to
we check
change
it?
that.
Did we check it?
Yeah, because Rogers lost to them by like a touchdown or two. So if Rogers lost to them
Yeah.
by that, a 3-18 going against a 6-18, but I definitely have to go Russell.
You're talking. Y'all are talking about.
Yeah,
Well,
You're talking about Russellville, right?
about it.
So Lawrence County. Okay, Russellville beat Lawrence County, Alabama, 42-20. If that's what you're looking for.
okay.
They beat Lawrence County in Alabama, 42-20, 20-point difference,
Well, I'd have to go Russellville.
or
I mean,
22 points difference.
I'd have to say their offensive line is massive. And they can just move people. So I mean, I'd definitely. I mean, that's
We might later.
Roll Tide.
We need to roll Tide. We need to get this done.
Can we get a roll tide cord?
No.
I didn't think so.
well. So I lost my train of thought, but
Sorry about that, brother.
offensive line really, really good. I definitely say Cameron Finney should give credit to his offensive line because
They help a
they
lot.
definitely help a lot. Good player, great player actually, but I definitely
He's got to have a good offensive line to
Yeah,
perform.
exactly.
I agree with
Sure.
that completely.
They didn't throw the ball against us, did they?
Not a lot.
No.
Not
They rushed the ball 30
I
times.
think
I
they
think.
Here,
could
let
stop
me
the running
see.
back. I think that
Cam Finney, he has 127 carries,
Yeah, he had 5 yards per carry against
which
us.
is more than
Yeah.
anybody in
You're
the
up
region.
30.
they just shut him down. I think they can.
Yeah, for sure.
One key to
Oh yeah,
Exactly. That's how exactly how we won.
He is the team.
he
Yeah,
is.
if you slow him down, you're good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're exactly right. All right,
And I
next.
think that is shown so far. The fact that holding him to 130, that's still a great game for a running back.
Mhm.
But I mean,
But
130.
what
That's
he's
half
compared
what
to,
he gets.
well, the thing is the week before we played him, he had 106 or 367
Yeah.
yards. So
So-
holding him to 130, he probably thinks he barely,
Yeah.
moved the ball.
And for any other running back in the area, they get 130 yards in a game, and it's
It's
more
pretty
than likely
great.
their game of the season.
Yeah.
But for him, us being able to hold him to that was
And
a
like what,
huge win for us.
and like what Cord said, I did notice how their offensive line was absolutely massive, and
Yeah, they were huge.
Cord was out there playing them, and
They averaged
did a
like
pretty good
260,
job.
270.
Yikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big boys.
So that's pretty crazy.
Hey, Miss Browning.
Hey, Miss Browning. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, guys. Next game, James Clemens. Ooh. We had a kickball game at school today. I got a little fired up, so that's why I'm hoarse. Anyways, James Clemens at Florence.
Okay, so yeah, I think Florence got shut out for the first time in a while, maybe. I think last week.
Yeah, I saw something said it was the first time being shut out, like the third time in so many years. It was a long time. Only the third shutout in a long time,
Mhm.
and it was their homecoming.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, so
Rainy day.
it was 20 to nothing against
Who
Austin.
did I pick?
They played Austin last week. They lost 20-0. That's pretty rough, guys.
That is, don't believe that.
They got
Seniors
that
were
is a lot.
horrible in kickball.
That's not even true, bro.
Horrible.
10-0
I
to
don't want to
freshman.
get started. I don't
Oh,
want to get started on this.
Hey,
We
Miss
can-
Campbell.
Hey, Miss Campbell.
Hey, Miss Campbell.
Is
Thank
that
you for
Brooks?
tuning in.
That's Bob Brooks.
Shout out to Brooks Campbell.
Brooks didn't play, I don't think, my seventh grade year. He was
Okay,
hurt the
I
whole
guess
time.
that was
He
Griffin.
did get hurt. He did get hurt.
Little Griff.
Griffin
Concussion.
got hurt too.
Yeah.
Concussion.
Yeah. Prayers up.
Prayers up for his brain.
Yeah, for his brain. Anyway,
For
for
his brain.
what's left of it. Okay.
This guy.
That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, anyway, James
Anyway.
Clemens at Florence.
All right. Yeah. So you want me to finish or no?
Go ahead and finish.
Okay. So, if you go a week without scoring, it's going to be hard to score the next one. Also, probably,
Ooh,
it's a lot of what?
go ahead.
I agree.
It's a lack of momentum. It's going to be hard to get started again. I got James Clemens.
I'm also going to take the Jets. I had played a few soccer games, and James Clemens, and they might have the best facilities of any place I've seen in a long time.
Looks
It's
like
a
a
beautiful
college.
school. It looks like a college campus. It is great out there. They got I've seen their weight room, huge weight room. I just think James Clemens has got some dogs down there, a lot better than what we got here in Florence. No offense to the Florence guys, but honestly, when your best player is your kicker, you're not going to go too far. I'm going to take James Clemens.
That's true. I'm also gonna have to go James Clemens. See, the only game they lost was last week. They lost 34-24 against Spain Park, who I've never heard of, but they're
Spain Park. That's
they're-
a big old school.
big school.
they're good.
Okay, I've never
They're
heard of them.
good.
But they're still
Thank you.
Coco?
thank you. Oh, let's go.
I didn't know it was her. I just knew. I
Thank
knew
you,
Coco.
Coco, for tuning in. We appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, for those of you that wanted to know, that's Court's
Yep.
grandmother. Anyway, so
Legend.
Spain Park
Yep.
is undefeated, and they did beat James Clemens. Like what Carter was saying, I have always heard that there are some athletes that come out of that school. I'm gonna have to go James Clemens. I think Florence, like Sam said, is down in the dumps. Scored. That's pretty
0
boring
points
game.
on your homecoming.
Yeah, on homecoming. Normally schools schedule a beat down on homecoming just so you don't have to be worried about anything.
You got to think their morale is like
Mm-hmm.
rock
Way
bottom
down.
this week.
Way down. So you could take that two different ways. You could take that they're going to come out and try to beat their brains out, and I think they're going to try.
I just
But I don't think
see
it's
that.
going to happen at all. So I definitely do think James Clemens is really going to whoop up on Florence. I don't think it's going to be a close game at all.
Is Florence 7-8?
They are.
Yes.
For a 7-8 team to lose 20-0, that's kind of a lot for a 7-8 school.
It is.
I think that they'll put up a revenge fight, but I don't think they'll win, but I think they'll put up a fight.
I hope so.
I definitely have to go James Clemens. I've heard from somebody that what Florence tries to do is just drive the field down close enough to where he can kick it.
Chandler Dixon, man.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Okay. I haven't seen him in action, but I've heard he's a pretty good kicker. But that's what I've heard. So I can't pick a team that's their only goal is to get a field goal out of a trial. So
Well, speaking of Chandler Dixon, they did because of him, they did win at Bob Jones.
They did. He hit a 47-yarder in overtime.
Yeah, it was 26-23, and it went into overtime. Yeah, you're exactly right.
I think James Clemens also beat
Bob Jones.
Bob Jones by 3 only. So I think
Oh, wow.
that's a common opponent.
Okay.
That's pretty
Okay.
close. I'm
Maybe
pretty
it's closer than we think.
Maybe it will be a
I've
close
still
game
got
than
the
what we
Jets,
think.
but
Yeah, that doesn't change my mind there. All right, next game, Lexington at Winston County. This is going to be some country boys right here.
Yeah, so Winston County has been ranked, I think maybe the last 2 weeks. I don't know. They've been ranked consecutively. And Lexington is 0-24 against ranked teams since 2012. And so, the math doesn't add up very good right there. I'm not very good at math, but I know that's not good. Winston County.
I'm also going to take Winston County. Lexington hasn't looked bad at all this year, but Winston County 6-0. I don't know much about them, but 6-0 pretty much speaks for itself. I'm going to take Winston County.
I'm also gonna have to go Winston County. Great record, 6-0. I really don't know much about them. Never seen them play. At least this year, I have not. I have in the past. Lexington. They're doing all right.
Mhm.
They're doing all right. I feel like some years they kind of go in spells.
They do.
I know some Lexington graduates, and they always talk about how like Lexington will be super good in one sport like for a few years in a row, and then they'll just drop off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I really do. I agree with that completely. I definitely do think this is not Lexington's strongest year. To put it simply, I do think Winston County's going to win. But the teams are meeting for the first time since the second round of the playoffs in 2009. So it has been a long time since those two teams have met. This game is at Winston County, so they also have, all their fans there. I do think Winston County is going to win this game in a pretty big fashion.
I agree. This is not Lexington's year. They haven't been playing good against all their opponents, but Winston County 6-0 that's a pretty good record. Now I don't know if the teams that they're playing are cupcake teams or good teams. I don't know, but that's a pretty good record. And Lexington 4-2. I got Winston County winning this one, but I think it'll be close. Like he said, 2009. That was a while ago, but I don't know. I don't see Lexington pulling it out.
I don't either.
Before we move on, I just want to go ahead and say, and I don't think this is going to sway Cord's opinion in any way because this is kind of one of those common sense ones. But Lexington only beat Wilson, who is notorious for different reasons.
We talk about Wilson quite a bit.
Yes, Lexington only beat Wilson 21-7.
We talk about Wilson and Tanner.
Yeah, they only beat Wilson 21-7, and that was last week. And then Winston County completely killed Curry. Don't know where Curry is.
Don't know either.
I just know it's top of food.
Steph?
Maybe it's Steph. We never know. But they did beat Curry 46-0 last week. So Winston County's coming off of a high. Lexington will be coming off of a little bit of a high, but not that good.
Move over
Not
Herb
that good
Street.
of a team.
That's
Chris
awesome.
Clemens. He is rushing
Thank
for
you.
186 yards, only 6 carries, 186 yards for 6 carries. That's pretty good.
That is good.
I mean, I don't even think I have to say my option, and I don't really have anything to say about it. It's kind of obvious. So, Winston County.
Just to clarify, we keep up with it.
Winston County.
Okay. I guess.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Curry is near Jasper. I would have never known that.
Wyndham's.
Wyndham's. I remember it now.
Wyndham's. They're big Jasper people and Disney World.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they're big Disney people.
Okay.
Walt,
Did you have something to
Walt's
say?
to go.
All right. Did
you have something to say, baby?
All right, next game. Sam starts off with Phillips at Cherokee.
Snooze fest.
Okay.
You know what? I think Cherokee's going to score a lot of points this.
It's not that hard. Phillips is 1-4, buddy.
It's not really smooth as they're scoring.
1-4, buddy.
Get to your point, Sam.
I'm done.
I heard Sam's feelings. All right, we'll go ahead and move on from this little guy. I'm gonna have to go Cherokee. I see him scoring a whole lot of points this week. Don't you, Sam? You see him scoring a whole lot of points.
Well,
Sam?
thank you, Miss Sampson. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
You're going to score a lot of points.
According to Mr. Sam over here, Cherokee's gonna score a whole lot of points. It's gonna be quite the exciting game. So I got Cherokee. Go Indians.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. Sorry.
We're going to move on to Barrett. Barrett, go ahead.
No. I can go. I'm gonna go ahead and say Shoals Christian only beat or Phillips only beat Shoals Christian by 15 points, and that was 2 weeks ago. So that's pretty much all you have to say. Now listen, I do love Shoals Christian. Shout out to Brett Vick. He's doing a great job over there. But they are struggling a little bit this year. I do think that Cherokee is good. I do think that Cherokee is going to win this game.
All right, on to Barrett.
And
I
said Cherokee. I said Cherokee.
Go Indians.
I got the Indians on this one, man. 4-2, and Shoals Christian is 0-5. So I got the old Indians.
Yeesh.
Yeah, Cherokee. I'd have to go Cherokee. Don't want to say much about it. Yeah.
All right, let's take a second to catch up.
Oh, appreciate that.
All right, let's catch our breath. Sorry, As you can tell, we have a pretty great time around each other, so we're gonna try to contain the laughter. But all right, moving on.
Okay.
Go ahead, Harrison.
Next game. Shoals Christian at Meek. Shoals Christian at Meek.
Blessed are the meek.
Or they shall be converted, right?
I don't know.
Something like that. Anyways, Sam,
Matthew
how you
5.
feeling about that game?
Shoals Christian is, looking for their
He will.
First win.
first win. I think Meek has won one game. I'm not really sure.
2 games.
But
2 and 3.
ooh, Shoals Christian has a bye this week, last week.
I was about to say.
So I'm really hoping that they come out strong and refreshed. And I want Shoals Christian to win here.
Please get a win, so
Please.
But I'm
We're all rooting for you.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. You know what? Shoals Christian. Give me Shoals Christian.
Come on, baby.
I
I
want
like
it.
it.
I want it. And I've been good with the underdog picks recently, so I think maybe I can see a little bit of the future. Maybe if I call it, it'll happen. Despite Meek beating Shoals Christian 30-0 last year, I want Shoals Christian to get their first win. So go Fridge, go Flame.
I like that. As much as I would love to say that, I do think Meek's gonna win. Let's see. So Meek last week, they were out of last week actually, but the week before, they beat Waterloo 31-16. So obviously they're not just a super strong team either. I would love, like what Carter said, I would love to say, Shoals Christian, I'm rooting for them. I hope they have a great week. I hope they start to gain a little bit of momentum. But I do think it's hard. I feel like their players, even if I played there, I feel like I would be down in the dumps. You know what I'm saying? It's when you're having an 0-5 season, it's hard. And
Hey, but only one way to go.
Is up.
It's up.
That's right.
Up.
You're
Can't
exactly
get much
right.
worse than 0-5. Well, I mean,
And I do
could,
think they're
but-
going to go up, but not up enough to beat Meek. So I'm going to have to take Meek.
And I hope they can go up 1-6.
Come on, Barrett, jump on the train with me.
Do it. Do it.
I'll go Shoals Christian.
Yes.
Your
Meek,
percentage just went down.
Meek, they'll probably win, but I'll go Shoals Christian. I mean, hope they can get their first win. I mean, they
No,
need
I
it.
agree.
They need it to boost their
Morale.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There you go.
They need to, and maybe more people will show up if they win.
Hope so.
That's true. And I want to say, I think we're all going for Shoals Christian.
For sure.
But we
Go Fridge,
also
go Flame.
we also want our picking statistics to be pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Shoals Christian, good school. Fellow Christian school. I mean,
That's right. That's the most important.
That's
It's,
right.
That's right.
most
Yeah.
important thing.
I know some people on the football team. Ashley Husseini.
Fridge, go Fridge.
Legend. Yeah. But I'd love to say Shoals Christian. I'd love to. But I also heard that they have like 11 or 12 players right now.
I think they have 11 from what I've heard.
Yeah. Ashley Husseini just told me that, well, not right now, but like he told me that he does every single special teams. And I'm
I
like,
mean,
and me and him are the same size, and I do field goals.
Wait, they actually have 11 players?
I think
they
I've heard
had
that they have
13, 2
11.
got hurt. They had 11. So
Well,
everybody
I mean,
played
you
the
got
whole
to think about it.
So I'd
Man,
make for sure. Yeah.
they're wearing
they-
themselves
yeah.
out, dude.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
That-
going to
that
play
definitely-
for them, dude.
if
Yeah.
they had more players,
They had more players, they'd definitely be
if
better.
they had more
Yeah.
players, obviously, I think
It's not much you can do with 11
you'd
players.
be able
Yeah.
to see, what they kind of
There's gonna be a lot of timeouts called in that game.
their talent. Oh, dude, I mean, there's
I
got
sure
to be.
hope so.
They're going to be
I don't know how
on a
people aren't
year.
passing out on that field when they're playing. I mean, playing 2 ways the whole entire game.
Can they-
Special
can
teams
they
as
play
Special
well.
teams slow, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Time to go there and kick off.
Are you allowed to play a player short?
Are you like
I guess-
10?
I don't think you can. I
Well,
don't think
yeah,
you can go in
that's
with
how you
two
Okay,
players.
if somebody were to get hurt, I bet they would let them
During the
play.
game, yes.
Okay.
I bet they would, yes. But,
But,
I, don't,
like-
I don't think they can go in with 10
Okay.
players.
They have
Okay.
they have
Okay,
to
that makes
address
sense.
a
I
lot.
don't know
makes
that
sense.
for sure, but that just sounds right.
That
That
has to
sounds
be
right.
right.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
what it is like basketball.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, next game, Tharptown at Tanner.
Yeah, Tanner killed Belgreen, who killed
Big surprise.
Tharptown. So
I want both.
Tanner killed Belgreen. Belgreen killed Tharptown. Is that correct?
yeah,
Is that what you said? Okay.
Oh wow.
well, mine says Belgreen. I'm gonna take Tanner.
I don't.
This is
Come
a
on.
tough one, guys.
That's not a tough one. This
well-
Tanner.
Well, yeah, but this game is going to be tough to watch.
It is.
I'll tell you that right now.
Well, good thing is I won't be watching it.
Yeah, he's-
But okay, we
Yeah.
we have thought about
We have
coffee
talked
cup.
about coffee cups, actually.
We
All right. I'm not going to get into it.
Dude,
right
we
now. I was going to
going
ask
down
her
in viewers.
ask her opinion, but what?
Well, look,
We keep going down in viewers. We were at 17.
it's okay.
Hey,
It's okay.
let's just
Don't
focus.
watch the numbers.
That's true.
Numbers are not important, Barry.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
People can watch out.
Yep.
Thorptown 0-5, Tanner 1-5. What a record!
What a record!
I've got.
God win.
What
Wild
a
Wolf
record.
win.
I've got. I don't know who to pick here. I mean,
Just pick Tanner.
flip a coin. Tharptown it is.
Oh,
Go Tharptown.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to go with Tanner. So,
Mhm.
the first game day we had in this studio, Tanner was playing.
I think it was Cobra High.
Okay, was it Culver Heights? And they hadn't scored.
Seven
They'd
points.
only scored 7 points in 4 games,
Seven.
if I'm not mistaken. Only scored 7 points in 4 games. So obviously we were like, oh yeah, Culver Heights is gonna absolutely whoop their tail. Well, somehow
Boy, were we wrong.
Tanner
Dropped 47 on them.
I guess got rid of all their players and got new ones because they dropped 47 on them and completely shocked us.
Absolutely.
So, as much as I'd like to say Tharptown, they're 0-5. I'm sure their players are just as down as Shoals Christian is, but I'm gonna have to go with Tanner. They shocked me last time. I think they'll shock me again, and maybe they'll be on the rise. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I like it.
You can't be shocked that much though, because they both kind of stink. So
Yeah.
it's like now,
Yeah,
now
but
if they were playing a good
Tanner
team-
shocked me last time. The amount of points that they scored, and Culver Heights had a lot of guys on the leaderboard,
They did.
and they did win that game. So that's what shocked me.
I'm not trying to throw shade or nothing, but both teams are just not very good. Like they just haven't done
Struggling here.
They're very struggling.
And Tanner, they just got a new head football coach who was the soccer coach.
Oh, we did talk about that. Yeah, their soccer
so
coach.
their soccer
Yeah.
coach has actually taken the head coach football position. So for all we know, he might not know anything about
Well,
football.
they know something. I know something if they won.
Well, they did. They
They
would be coming
47
They did. You're
after
right.
scoring like
Right.
7 after.
That's true.
So I think
So they've made some improvements.
as the season goes on, they're only going to get better because
Mhm.
it's a hard place to start out.
That's got to be pretty tough
New
getting a
coach.
new coach.
It's always tough getting a new coach.
Yeah.
So
I have Tanner 7-0 in the first half. That's it.
That's
7-0.
it.
That's it. In the first half. I think Tanner will pull it out, but I think it'll be at least like 14 to like 17 or something like that. It's
So
gonna
you think
be
it'll
about
be
30.
close?
I think it'll be close because both teams are not very good. So I think it's gonna be like a hard football game to watch. But I'm gonna have to say Tanner.
I mean, we did an OTA with Tanner in the summer, which is just like basically like a practice together. They had no offensive line or no defensive line. I mean, looked like I was like Nick Bosa out there.
Huh.
So, but
Who
like,
was the biggest guy? They
no,
had
not
ever
like
seen?
that. No, they had a massive dude. He was like 6'7". Like
After the
300
OTA,
pounds.
they actually walked up the court and asked for autographs.
No, that's not at all what I'm
That's the
saying.
rumor.
I was saying that it looked like I was NFL prodigy.
Still in Michigan.
Like it literally, everybody looked like it was.
Yeah,
like, an
yeah.
NFL prodigy. But I just looked it up. Looks like right here, Tharptown lost to Belgrade by 16, and then Tanner beat Belgrade by 26.
Yeah, this is
So I mean, well, no, Tanner beat Belgrade by 26. So I'd have Tanner. I have to go Tanner.
that's smart.
I mean, that you can't.
I think that's good.
I love the
I
Tanner
don't-
don't lie.
I don't compare scores, but you cannot compare to that.
Yeah.
I love the underdog, man. I want Tharptown to get their first win.
So you going?
Oh, I'm Tharptown.
Okay.
Everybody's Tanner but me.
I didn't. Know
I
you
want
picked
Tharptown to get a win.
So that was
you
just-
were everybody else was Lauderdale County and you were Brooks and
That's
that
right.
turned massively.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Okay, if everybody's done with that, let's go move on to the next game. We're gonna go West Limestone at Hatton.
Yes.
Limestone.
So Hatton played Westminster, I think, last week.
Yes.
Okay, and did you pick an upset?
They
I had West. No, I think I had
Maybe you picked Hatton.
Hatton won 42-25.
Westminster.
Really?
Again,
Hadn't won.
I'll say
Okay.
Tanner.
Westminster Huntsville won 42-25.
Westminster before, like when you add their records and their stats, they look like a way better team. But I think Hatton just came out and killed them.
See, that threw me off because Westminster is known for having some elite athletes, at least one that I know of. But
Thank
he didn't
you,
play
Miss
football.
Jerry.
He didn't play football. He played. Oh, thank you, Miss Jerry. But Westminster, I feel like we
they were
played
supposed to
them.
be very good.
Yeah, and that really did shock me.
So I think Hatton keeps it going at a West Limestone team.
It's
So
the way to describe it.
just
Yeah.
kinda, So there's no reason they should lose this week after killing
Mhm.
a good team in Westminster.
I agree. Hadn't had I guess not an upset in my mind because I picked them, but we talked a lot about Westminster last week and the athletes that they produce a lot of the time. But I'm gonna have to stick with what I said last week. I'm gonna take Hatton. I think Hatton's had a pretty good year thus far. 3-2 is not a bad record by any means. So I would like to see them get to 4-2 after tomorrow.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I don't really have a lot to say on this one. Hatton shocked me last week, so I'm gonna go with Hatton. I kind of have my faith in them. Both of them don't really have just bad schedules, or not bad schedules, bad records. I can't ever remember that word for some reason.
Okay.
They don't ever have bad records, but it's not just fantastic. So West Limestone is 3-3, Hatton is 3-2, and I'm sure they are on a high after beating Westminster last week. So I'm gonna have to go with Hatton. They shocked me last week, and I think they're not gonna shock me because I picked them this week.
Like you said, the Westminster game was 42-25, and West Limestone lost to East Limestone 27-7. And I don't think East Limestone is very good at all. I don't know if West Limestone is very good at all. But the other day I picked West Limestone losing, but they ended up winning.
It's not a good year to be Limestone.
So I was just looking at their team, and it says Tajon Love. He threw 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 15 passes. That's pretty good for a quarterback.
Not bad at all.
That's pretty good. So I'm gonna have to say Hatton, but yeah, I don't.
You got Hatton
14
too?
points.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know, honestly. I mean, I looked at both of their schedules. I mean, Hatton had some blowouts, but they also got beat pretty well by people. But I don't know. I guess I'll go with Hatton. Just go with the common pick. But yeah, I guess I'll just do that.
All right, so now on to the Rogers Mars Hill game. Gord's gonna have some good insight right here. So, Gord,
Don't say too much, Gordon.
we'll get to you last, actually. All right,
That's all
Sam,
good.
how do you feel about this one?
You know,
I'm not gonna overtime.
not good. So Rogers, I think, is better than they have been in recent years. I think, and Tyser Wood, their quarterback, his numbers are pretty decent. I think 600 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's more.
3 interceptions.
That's the give and take.
I was thinking either 3 or 4.
Gambler.
Jameis Winston type action.
Yeah.
So, they seem to be better, but it's just not going to be enough this week. When you got our monster trio of running backs, a stud offensive line, and then you know what? Our defense is great too. All around, our defense is great.
We have a good team.
And then you have D1 tight end Cannon. I don't know when Tanner's coming
Great
back.
defensive tackle.
Tanner should be back in the next couple weeks.
But-
He got to walk. He's walking without a boot.
Yep.
But when Tanner gets back, then the whole throwing game is going to be a threat. I mean, it's starting to just look really, really
Everything's
good.
starting to click for us.
It's starting to get scary.
William Mann, I've noticed he's getting a lot of confidence.
A lot more
He's
confidence.
He's got.
I mean, people talk about how there were like a big drop off between Griffin. I mean, I wouldn't really even say there's much of a drop off
I agree.
from Griffin to William.
Mhm.
The only thing it was maybe a little bit of the rushing,
Yes,
Yeah.
but
that's
Wilson
it.
doesn't look to rush.
And he has rushed.
He's
He
made some
has.
good plays with his feet.
Against Russell, he got a crucial first down.
Yeah, he did.
And I'll say this again: if we refer to
William is
William as Wilson, we're not talking about the school, we're talking about William. But anyways, like you were saying, crud, don't tell me I forgot.
You forgot
I forgot.
All right, let me say something.
Go ahead.
Tyser Woods, you said how many picks? 3, 4?
3 picks.
3 picks. William Mann has not thrown one. Knock on wood.
Oh,
He has not
no,
thrown
I was
one.
gonna say.
Why do I think he threw one last week?
He-
We didn't play last week. 2 weeks ago. I must have dreamed that. 2 weeks ago or something. I don't know.
So, but William Mann, if you know him, very quiet guy, very chill, keeps his opinions to himself. But I will say, when he gets out there on the football field, he looks like a different person.
He does.
He has a sense of confidence about him that's very different than normal. Walking around school hallways, he's just like a different guy, and he's really feel like he's really come out of his shell here recently. Gotten a lot of confidence about him, and he's looking really good. He's looking really good.
So Sam, you're picking Morsill.
Yeah.
Good call. So this is our first meeting for regular season between the Pirates and the Panthers. We talk about Tyser. He's looking pretty good passing. I mess with him on the interceptions, but he looks super duper good, a lot better than I could do. And he is missing his top receiver. We prayed for him last week, Christian Harden. Hope everything's going well. Pray for his family.
Mhm.
But it's hard to play without your top receiver as a quarterback.
It is, and with that, I mean, your whole team is probably torn up.
They are. But he they have looked pretty good in the run game. They have a running back, Nick Grigsby, who has had 100 rushing yards in 3 of the last 4 games. So able to throw, able to run. I think they're going to look pretty good. I think they're going to surprise us just a little bit. I just don't see any way they can outplay our defense or outplay our offense. So I'm gonna have to
Or
take
special teams or any team.
at all. So I'm gonna take Marshall.
Parker, a great kicker.
Yes,
He did great at Culver County.
he did.
And Lauderdale County had some very, very good punts. He made that guy drop that
Oh,
punt.
he had a great
Mhm.
punt
Yeah.
that game. I
Yeah,
forgot.
there
He had like
Oh,
5 great punts.
No, he did. He did.
That one, that was in the air probably 10 seconds.
Yeah, we were.
I lost
that,
sight of it.
that one.
And it was a fumble.
Great long snapper
Yeah,
too.
That was a fumble on that play.
One crook.
Great long
Did they
snapper.
end up recovering that one?
No, we got
We got
that
it.
one.
Did we
got
get
it
that
back.
one?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a lot of fumbles in that game.
Everything's coming
There's
together.
two fumbled
Everything's-
punts.
Shout out to
Really?
Trevor Thornton. I think he scored off of one of them.
Culver County, yeah.
Culver County.
True it.
Trevor Thornton. Wow.
Definitely not watching.
Okay. All right. I'm also gonna have to go with Marcel. I do think Rogers is gonna shock us a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be anything like we're like worried about the game.
They just have a lot to play for right now.
Yeah,
I
they
think
they
that's
do.
driving them.
They do. I think they're gonna be better than we think they are, but I don't think it's going to be like, oh no. I think it's just gonna be like, oh, okay. We're gonna play them best we can. I think it'll be a pretty big win. I think Marshall's gonna win this one. Like I said, pretty big. Rogers does have a pretty good quarterback, Tyson Woods. He has thrown 3 interceptions, but he throws the ball. Last time I checked, I think he throws the ball more than anybody else.
Very heavy run offense.
Yeah,
And
so
pass
he
offense.
is. Let's see. He has had 79 attempts, which is the most.
Well, he,
No,
not quite the most.
Price Thornton at Dessler has thrown 92.
Nine-
They pass a whole lot for
Good.
22.
92 for Price
know
Thornton at Dexler and 93 for Garrett Burrow at Brooks.
Okay, well, then
His
Tyson
first
Woods
touchdown.
would probably-
They're 57% run, 43% pass. That was on my scouting sheet.
Really?
Ooh, driver's percentages.
That's right. We like it.
Go Panthers.
But yeah, so Tyson Woods, he's been doing all right. But he does, 3 interceptions. He does throw the ball a lot. Probably top 3 in our region. He throws it, a ton. But I do think Marshall's going to come out with a win. I think that we're probably going to stop that passing game. And I really don't think there's going to be much of a run game.
Yeah, well, it'll also be a good test. I mean, the teams we played haven't been like majority throwing teams.
Not
like
No,
this.
I feel
Yeah,
like we haven't played many
no.
teams at all that throw.
This will be our heaviest running offense we'll face so far.
You mean Pat?
Maybe
Yeah, passing.
Okay, I was about to say that
Not
threw
running.
me off.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be good we're going to win this week for sure, but I think it's going to also help us.
Good
face-
experience.
Yeah, good experience
Yeah.
for,
For teams down the road that throw a lot.
yeah.
And hopefully we can get some picks off of him.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
we probably-
the pass rush, we haven't even got to see that a
See, the
bunch.
pass rush.
Pass
See,
rush is
yeah,
deadly.
Win has shown
Wynn's had a
his
bunch.
pass rush.
Matthew McIntyre.
McIntyre.
Sweeney has a bunch of
Sweeney.
sacks this year.
Yeah, Sweeney, and then you got
Mhm.
Cannon and Gunner. Or Truitt. Truitt's a fast player.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
See, I haven't really gotten to show that, like Sam was saying. I mean, we haven't really gotten to see that pass rush, but I know for a fact when we do see a team that passes, I mean, we've all seen it. They're all over the ball.
Oh yeah.
And
And they're aggressive.
it's going to be a test for our defensive backs
Mhm.
and
I think this will be good for
safeties.
us, like you
Oh, it's
said.
going to be great.
And I
definitely
think
do.
it's
We had-
I'm hoping for a huge game from Jesse Parker. He
Mhm.
stepped into that role once Tanner got hurt, and I mean this is his first game playing against a top passing offense. So I mean I want to see Jesse flying around the ball.
I
Hopefully
think
get
he
him.
will be.
He's one of our top tacklers.
Mhm.
Yeah, hoping he gets his first pick this year. Or
No,
first
he's
pick.
second.
No, he had.
When did he get a
He
pick?
had one
Yeah,
for Lauderdale County.
Lauderdale County.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember he went.
There was a
remember
big
he-
game for a lot
Yeah.
of people in Lauderdale County. So True Thornton scored.
No, that was
Jesse
Culver County. Truitt or Culver County.
Counties.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Culver County? I think it was Lauderdale. Okay, Jesse had a really good game. Not just like the pick that he had at Lauderdale County, but he had a lot of good tackles
did.
as well. He had a good game at Lauderdale County.
You
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
I
It
thought
might have been Culver County.
It was Culver County.
might have been
Him and
Culver
Truett
County.
had the same thing.
Yeah, it might have been Culver County for both.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It was one of the
Big
two,
game
but
out of
anyways,
Texas.
I think Jesse, like Carter said, is going to have a good game.
Like we've talked about, I mean, they're gonna have a big. This is gonna be the biggest throwing team that we've ever faced, and with like y'all said, without their star running back, or wide receiver, it's gonna be tough. And Marcel is 5-0. When we were going into the season, I didn't think we were. I didn't think we were gonna be as good as last year. I didn't think we were gonna do great, but now they have totally shocked me, and I think that we'll go farther than last year. knock on wood, but I think we'll do better. But I'm gonna have to take the Panthers.
Yeah, prayers for the Hardnett family, like Carter mentioned earlier. I know I really have not heard an update here recently, so I really don't know what to say. But we're praying for that family and for that team. I know it's a terrible situation, and they're worried about a lot more important things in football as of right now. But just keep that family in your prayers. All right, Cord.
Well,
Let me guess. You're gonna take the Panthers.
I will. Yeah, I will.
Good call.
Yep. They're
Such a
their offense is very, very explosive at times, but coaching is likes to call them front runners is what he likes to call them. Is if they're only playing good if they have big plays going for them.
Mhm.
And I feel like that might be a Rodgers thing. I mean, Tyler Wood, very, 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 very athletic quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
We watched the film the other day, and he got tackled like really, really hard, and he got up. He was on his back flat and just jumped right up.
Yeah, the ninja get up.
Yeah, the ninja.
He
He
did that-
just
he
did
did that
that. He
against
just
us
did that
last
middle
year.
game. And I was just like, okay. And that was him as a sophomore.
You'll have to show me that.
So
He's a soft.
he's a junior now. That was last
He
year's
wasn't-
sophomore.
okay.
So I mean, he's really, really athletic. He can run the ball. He can definitely get past the ball. But also, if he passes the ball to Jackson Penn and Hudson and
It's ours.
all of our athletes out there, that's ours.
What,
to take.
what grade is the Christian kid in?
Oh, really?
Christian Hardnett.
Oh,
Uh,
that's what I said.
I don't know.
probably is. I think he's a senior. I may be wrong, but
Yeah,
we talked about Tysher's running 66 carries as a quarterback. That's a huge amount. He's looking to scramble quite a bit.
They have design runs for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. 289 rushing yards, 6
That
touchdowns.
tells you alone that he's athletic.
Yeah, 4.4 yards per carry. Not the greatest based on the area. It looks like he is second to last in yards per carry. But I mean,
He's quarterback.
quarterback runs not always the best stuff.
He got like 80 yards on a quarterback sneak. So
Wow.
Never heard of that before. That's pretty.
Nobody.
No, we did that happened to us a few years ago. Aiden Kennedy was in at quarterback.
I don't know if it was 80, but it was. I think it might.
It wa-
have
it
been.
wasn't
It might.
80,
It might have been 80.
but
It might have been 80.
Aiden Kennedy was in at quarterback one time, QB sneak, and they missed it, and we ran for about a 65-yard touchdown. I'll never forget it.
It might have been 80. I think they might have been on 20 doing the quarterback sneak. I mean,
That
I
needs
think
to
you
be
might have
used
went
more.
the whole
I
way.
wonder why. Tush push?
That's what they do.
Really?
They do touch push. Yeah.
Good call.
I mean, hey, it works.
Go
We
Panthers.
use it right. So yeah. Anything else? Any insight that you're allowed to say?
Well,
He
They're-
just gave pretty good insight.
yeah. Their offensive line. They have a very, very big center. He's like 6'4", 260 maybe. I don't know. But it goes down after that though. It goes down after that though. But they're pretty small after that. They're smaller than our offensive line for sure.
Smaller.
Yeah.
So do you think our defense or our offense is going to play a bigger part in this game for us?
I mean, if you probably our defense.
That's what I would have
Mhm.
thought.
Yeah.
I,
Our offense is just solid. Just
mhm.
I think we'll always do good. There's hardly anything that slows down. Lauderdale County did a decent job.
Yeah.
But
At the start, that
Yes.
kind of
at the start,
Well, I mean, like what we were saying about Tyson Woods, he's throwing the ball so many times that gives our defense like great opportunities to pick that off. I mean, I know that there's gonna be some picks. I have a great
Yeah.
feeling there is, and
You-
like what you said, I think defense is gonna have a good night because I mean, they're ready for it. They're waiting on it.
they had to play the bigger part too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
our running backs are definitely going to have some yards.
Yeah, they will.
Kane Chandler, he does not go down.
Mule of the team. That's what I've always said.
Yeah, exactly.
Dawson.
He does not go down. Like it takes a whole lot to drag him down.
Mm.
Is he like that in practice?
I mean, we don't really go to the ground in practice.
Good decision.
Smart. All right, if that's all y'all have to say about that game, we're gonna go
Game
move
of the
on
week.
to game of the week, and that's gonna be the Central at Dessler game.
Wild Dogs.
Wild Dogs, man. Sam, how you feeling about that?
you know that pair of running backs that Central has. Or yeah, you didn't like that, but-
Uh-huh. I thought it was disrespectful towards our running backs.
huh?
Y'all said that they were the best in the area.
Oh!
He said.
Yeah,
We said
yeah.
second. We said second.
Yeah,
Point your finger.
I don't think I said.
I heard somebody say that they were the best in the area.
Check the film.
We need to check the film because I do not recall.
No way
saying
we
that.
say that.
No, I remember y'all saying they were either the best or one of the best. And I was like,
I-
and y'all
we-
didn't get your thing
I'm sure we
towards us.
put-
I disputed and
I
said
put-
our trio.
I put one of the. I said they were one of the best in the area.
You
I
know,
never said that.
I think it was Harrison that
Yeah.
said that.
I don't.
Hunter Palmer,
Promise.
I mean, he's a pretty shifty dude.
Shifty.
Well, Bryant Handback's their leader right now. He's got like 600, almost 700 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Carter took my stats away, but I'm
It's
not
my
sure.
stats, but okay. Brian almost has 760 yards. 84 carries though. He's getting the ball quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Very
mean, this
good.
is too much.
Run heavy offense. They're good, but I
take-
mean, I'll just say this because Core thinks that we said this. They're good. They are not the caliber of our.
I don't think they are at all. Because they might have more. They might have more yards, but we're splitting it 3 ways.
We are. It's a lot different.
You know what I'm saying? And they're all showing up on the leaderboard.
Well, and they don't. Well, they do have a lot more yards.
So I think you probably heard us say they're one of the best in the area, and I would agree with that.
I remember it was one of the best, if not the best. I
Yes,
still remember
yes,
that.
yes, that was right.
Yeah.
In the words. Well,
And then we correct the next week. Week 2, we said. Then we mentioned how good ours were.
One
And I
of the
said our
weeks
best.
I vividly remember us talking about how we have to split our carries 3
I
ways.
think that was
We
the
did.
next week that we fully explained that. But yeah,
Well, and we're behind on the stats right now because we had a bye week,
Mhm.
and
That's true.
not every team has had a
That's
bye week.
That's
So
true.
we're gonna,
Last
we're
week
gonna
was
catch
really
up.
really weird.
And play on
Last week,
Thursday.
It
we
was
did-
a
that was-
weird
because
week
it was
of
like
football.
we're doing it on. We moved it to a Thursday night to get away from the Friday night to where people could watch, and that Thursday night turned into a Friday night because there was
It
only
did.
like 2 games that we went
because of the
over on Friday.
hurricane. Yeah,
So because of the weather, but anyways,
I'll go ahead and talk about this game. Central and Deschler at Deschler. Deschler's a fun place to play at. I enjoyed watching our guys play there
Jamboree.
for the Jamboree.
it was.
But
That was a good game.
I don't know
except for
It would
Yeah,
have
that made me
been a better
sad.
game.
yeah, that made me so sad.
That was bad.
what we talking about.
That
Tanner's
was-
injury
yeah,
in the
Tanner.
January. Besides that,
It was.
it
It was.
was awesome.
it was hard.
That kind of hurt my spirit. after
It did.
We could.
I could've-
Deschler's running back. If I heard this right, Deschler's running back did quit a few weeks ago, right in the middle of the season.
Yeah,
Do we
I
know?
heard about that.
Dude, don't know.
Do we know?
I don't.
We
I don't-
heard, but we also heard he didn't, so we're not very sure.
I'm pretty positive he did. I heard from some guys that go to Deschler. So if that is the case,
Oh, really? You have inside sources?
oh, I have
Oh, I
inside
did too.
sources. I believe our sources are the same.
Do you know what?
It was something. I heard he fumbled and he got really upset about it.
Yeah,
I
we'll
heard the
just
coach went off on him.
we'll just
Okay.
keep it out of the podcast.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna take
He's gone.
Central. I mean, losing your top rusher in the middle of the year is a hard thing to go through.
Sam, have you? I can't remember. Have you? already
Yeah,
played?
Central's gonna win.
Okay.
I think Central is gonna win, but I mean, Deschler throws the ball quite a bit for wing T, and I mean, isn't his name Price Thornton?
Bryce Thornton.
He's
They
not
got.
doing a bad job at all.
He had
No,
this
great
what did he have,
quarterback. Two pretty good receivers too.
Uh,
Did he have 93 attempts? I looked at
Let
it
me
earlier. I'm
check.
pretty sure he
I
did.
mean,
Garrett
Price Thornton
Reed.
would be-
Throwing-
Garrett Reed at wide receiver, pretty
Uh-huh.
good.
Yeah, you're exactly
Yeah.
right.
Um,
Was it? I think it was 93, 96.
92 attempts,
Okay.
3 interceptions, 10 touchdowns, 816 yards for in a wing T offense. He's doing a great job.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I really don't have a lot to say on this one. Central's having a good season. I mean, they really, really are. They're looking really strong. I'm going with Central. I'm kind of rooting for them.
Well, I would have loved to see a little Mars Hill Central game.
Oh, I would have too. My
I'm
goodness.
sure
They don't want to play us.
Well, I'm sure Cord was about to say he'd like to see
Yeah,
that.
They don't want to play us.
I would pay some money to watch that game. Barrett?
I just dropped something.
If I'm being honest, I don't think it'll be close. I
Yeah.
doubt that it'll be close. Deschler's got some pretty good athletes, but I think Central, the way that they're looking this year, I mean, Lauderdale County's Central beat Lauderdale County, and Lauderdale County, I mean, they aren't as good as last year. They lost some pretty tough players.
I think that was
But
a surprise
I
to
think-
everybody.
I think Lauderdale County is still not a bad. They're a pretty good team, and for Central to beat them, that says something about Central. And Deschler just hasn't been great. Like I said, losing their.
Potentially losing. We're not.
Yeah. We're not positive.
We're not confirmed
but
on
we're
that.
pretty
For
sure.
losing him, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big part of their team. So
Yeah.
Guys, I may go back.
I don't blame you.
I think I might go back.
Okay.
I saw a clip of Deschler either earlier on this week, and I mean their passing offense just looks it looks fun to watch. And I mean we already talked about Price being able to throw the ball. Garrett Reed at receiver. Who's their other receiver? Fuller, is that his name?
He's obviously able.
Camden Fuller.
He's obviously able to throw the ball
I
pretty
think-
well for them to drop so many plays for him to throw the ball 92
And
times.
I don't know anybody at Central honestly, but I think that they're getting a little big headed,
Complacent.
complacent.
Yeah, still are.
I think they have a big head,
Yes.
Times Daily had this huge article about them last week. I think that they think they're the top team in the area, and I think they're going to get shocked. I think I'm going back. I think they're going to get their first loss this week. I've got Dessler, and I've got a huge game out of Garrett Reed, and I've got a huge game out of the quarterback Bryce Thornton.
Wow.
I think they're going to be clicking on all cylinders this week, and I expect a huge game. Dessler is 6th in the area. Central is 3rd. Central did not play last week, so they're going to be fresh, but Dessler coming off of a slim win against Colbert County, not that good, but I think they're hungry. I think they're mad, and I think they want to give Central their first loss.
And
I
I
think they're going to do it.
I will agree with you on. I think Central is probably beginning to be complacent. It's kind of hard not to be when they've been sweeping the competition. But I'm gonna have to stick with mine. I'm not saying that it's not gonna be a close game. Not saying that Central's gonna wipe them out, off the field. But I do think Central's gonna win.
So we've got Central, Dessler.
The game.
I really
Game of the week.
It's hard for me to go against Dessler, honestly. I don't think Central has the athletes to match up with Dessler at all. Like I don't really know. Like
Oh.
I don't know if any of the good players on offense play on defense.
Yeah.
The one-sided.
Yes,
Really?
they're one sided. Like our team plays both ways, and both of our athletes play both ways. So is it still on?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if they can match up with their athletes that Dessler has. So I'm gonna have to go with Dessler. Earlier I was really thinking it not to because all y'all went Central, but now that he went Dessler, I'm gonna have to go Dessler too.
I will say that bye week does make a difference.
For sure.
I mean, that's 2 weeks of game planning.
Yeah, I've watched film on Central though because we've played a team that they played.
Yeah.
They don't run the wing tee as very very polished.
Got you.
They seem kind of lazy with it.
And I think they lean too much on the running backs. I think that they can. I think that they think they can just hand the ball off to Brian Handback or Hunter Palmer, and then just expect them to get the job done. And I think at some point, that can work for at least a little while, but at some point, somebody's just going to stop that because you can't.
At this point,
you can't depend on 2 guys to win the game.
Yeah, and I think at this point, especially when they're 5-0, they've played enough games for their opponents to be able to be like, okay, we know who we need to stop.
They know what to do.
It's not like one of those things.
It's not a
like,
secret.
oh, well, they could be throwing the ball. It's hardcore running the
So
ball.
Central does
a
not throw
ton.
the ball. Central doesn't throw the ball much.
No, well, they throw it. They throw it a little
They
bit.
throw it a little bit, but I would say their
I'm
running game is the strongest. When you have two
Well, that's
running
like,
backs like that all over the leaderboards, you know what I'm saying?
that's also like us. Like, we can throw the ball, but we don't throw that much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I for sure don't think that. I for sure don't think they have the athletes to match up.
Well, and I'm
Not even close to.
I'm looking at the tackles list, and Central's top tackler has 43 tackles, and that's pretty low on the leaderboard.
I'm telling you, they don't have
Yeah,
any.
dude.
They don't have. I
Elo
don't think
Wood.
they have as many athletes.
Elo Wood has 42 tackles in the year.
Yeah.
Not bad by any means. That's
No.
a great year, but that's pretty low on the category. And I
It
think
is.
that I
It
think
is.
that's just gonna be flying around a big home game, great environment down there in Tuscumbia. So I don't know what it is. I just see Dessler having a great game.
You
I
got
think
a
they're
feeling?
they're passing.
I do
Yeah,
too.
I gotta say, you make great points. I mean, he does. I definitely think the more I think about it, I do think it's gonna be a close game, but I'm just not gonna change it.
I don't know if
know.
Dessler's defense can.
Yeah,
They're so.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard game.
I remember our running
I
backs.
think it'll be a close game,
Our running backs had very good game against Dessler.
and I think it'll be fun to watch. I think that'll be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
I
I have
agree
to
with
stay
you.
Central.
I'm gonna have to
Even
stay
though
Central.
part of me wants.
But I do
Dessler
like
to
it
do
when we
good,
kind of split
but-
up on the
I do.
choices
It
because it
makes
makes
it
us
more
different insight and stuff like that.
I want to see how much Central throws the ball.
Yeah.
Against
they should throw
They
the
have to
ball.
do a lot.
I mean,
Yes.
92 attempts in the wing tee. That's unheard of.
It really
Especially,
is.
honestly, how many
We throw
times
like
has
what?
William
10 times.
done
I think we throw like 10 times a game.
We've
We
thrown
throw
the
it
ball.
9 times against Madison.
Yeah,
We've
I was
thrown the
about to
ball
say- I was about to say
44 times.
If that,
Yeah.
We have thrown the ball 44 times. It would not surprise me if by the end of the year we've thrown the ball 92 times.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they've thrown 92 times
Already.
already.
I wanna
We may
see-
not
I
get,
wanna
and we run the same offense.
Yeah.
I wanna
So-
see us throw.
that tells you
They go out there with
the guy
two receivers
can throw.
sometimes too.
And they put a lot of trust in
The
that.
guy
in
can
that
throw because
quarterback.
they're drawing up these plays
I
for
would
him
too.
to be able to chunk the ball.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's proven.
He scored 2 touchdowns on Harrison our 8th grade year.
Did he
So-
really?
Yeah. threw it right over Harrison's head for 2 touchdowns.
They actually got called back. I got really lucky on that. But I will say, I just learned that position like today.
I'm not dogging you. I'm just telling you.
I know.
What was that?
He's good.
What
He's good.
position were you?
I had been playing linebacker, and then
First year of football too.
that was my first year in my first game.
Yeah, first game. My first game too. I
First year,
was
first
awful.
game, and I was
Linebacker.
learning linebacker, outside linebacker, and then the day before I got moved to corner.
Oh,
So I didn't know what I was doing.
I'm just saying
But-
you've experienced their athletes.
yeah, I have actually. And Price Thornton, he had a good.
In
arm.
8th grade, he had a great arm.
He was huge too. I
Yeah.
remember that. Like compared to us at the time, we were like, good night.
He threw a 35, 40-yard pass over your head.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Over your
I
head.
mean, no, he's
Yeah.
exactly right.
That keep
I'm
going.
not dogging on you. Like, at
It
all. I
doesn't-
promise you.
It would keep me up at night if it hadn't have gotten called back.
what was your
Twice.
thought process? Was it like, no way this guy can get it this far?
Yes,
I'm
I was
Yes.
like,
That
no
was everybody's
way,
thought
because
process.
I had ran that guy far, like he'd gone far, and I was like, okay, we're chilling, and this ball just. Oh, anyways, I was not expecting it. All right, do y'all have any other input on this game?
On this game,
I feel like we made our picks pretty clear. Central, Deschler, Central.
That's
So that is all the games that we have prepared. Is there any other talking points y'all like to go over? Any statistics, anything in the area?
I'd like to highlight just a little bit of the receiving yards. Hackelberg, receiver Jaquan Reeder is at the top of the leaderboard. 542
That's a
yards.
lot.
He's clearing everybody else by almost 200 yards. 5 touchdowns, 27 catches. Looks like they try to get him the ball quite a bit. You know, Camden Fuller, we already talked about him. I believe he's the second receiver, correct? Garrett's probably number 1. Would you say
They're
so?
kind of interchangeable.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
Camden's got 18 catches for 350 yards, 6 touchdowns for 1 receiver, and then Garrett, other at the bottom of the leaderboard, 14 receptions, 151 yards, 4 touchdowns. So they're
Mhm.
catching the ball about the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Just a few more catches, but Camden's got just about double.
It sounds
what
like
he has.
Camden's a deep threat guy, and Garrett might be more intermediate,
Mhm.
kind of. Maybe.
he got,
Well, I mean,
he got a good catch overall.
He had a great
He
catch.
did,
over
yeah.
Cam. Yeah, he looked
Penn
good.
had perfect, in my opinion, perfect coverage.
is Hackelberg playing?
In my opinion, perfect coverage. He still got the catch.
Sometimes there's not much you can
We
do.
don't have-
depending on who's your
In my opinion,
linebacker is.
defensive back is the hardest position.
Absolutely, could not agree with you.
I mean, there's a lot that you
Yeah,
can't, you can't do.
that's their game.
Ronnie.
That you can't do.
Thank you, Mom.
Everybody else just like goes over you.
It's hard. It's
You only get
difficult.
noticed if you make a good play or make a bad play.
Exactly.
There's no in between.
Exactly.
So.
So yeah, I talked about those guys. It's pretty much all I got for receiving. Nobody else just stands out. You know, Isaiah Owens is on there. 6 catches, 157 yards, 1 touchdown. Hey, he's a deep threat receiver.
Mhm.
You know, we look for him
Very, very shifty.
on a lot. Yes,
Oh,
he
he's
is.
a
Hard
great
to
route
break
runner.
down.
Great route runner.
Very.
We like to look for him down the field. You know, Wilson likes to sling it to him every now and then.
Yes.
Just
What does he run?
just 6 catches. So we're not getting the ball too much, but it's hard to get the guy the ball when he's what 60 yards down the field. I don't know.
He's quick.
one of the
No
fastest
offense to
guys.
Isaiah either, but he's kind of on the shorter spectrum, so it's kind of harder to.
You can't
He's
stop
It's
him.
kind of hard to give
shorter
it to
guy.
him.
Yeah.
So he's got to win in speed. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be able to.
Yeah.
Well, he lost somebody this year. I remember.
Who?
It was an earlier game.
I don't remember that.
Earlier
He
in
mauled
the
somebody
season.
last year. I will never forget that.
Oh,
He
that
had
was
a
a good game in the back of the end zone.
yes.
Oh,
That was for the win, wasn't it?
Maybe that's what I was
Horrible.
thinking of.
I got dogged for this because I said that was one of the best catches I've ever seen. And Harrison and Sawyer, I mean not Harrison, Sawyer and Matthew were like, oh, just know whatever. They're dogging me, saying I was like kissing up to him or whatever. But
No,
That was
I-
a
great catch,
maybe
great
that's-
catch.
maybe that's the catch that I was thinking of. I was thinking it was
Probably.
earlier this season, but I do remember Isaiah Owens having a great catch, and he mauled somebody out of nowhere because, like Court said, he is a shorter guy, and he's got to win in speed.
I remember he had to turn his body completely and
Yes,
get 2
that's the
feet in.
one.
He
Yeah,
got
he did like a
both
180.
feet.
Uh-huh.
Caught it.
180
Yeah.
caught it and got both feet in.
Yeah,
I
you're
was
exactly.
going
That's the one I
crazy.
was
It was
thinking.
wild.
Hey, Cord, I heard you beat Matthew in a race the other day.
It's not true.
Not true?
wait. When was this at?
It's like either Tuesday, I think.
You not
Oh.
raced?
Matthew's way faster than me. Not way faster, but he's
Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe it was somebody else.
I raced Max Thomas and Spillers.
Spillers.
There's someone else. I could have promised you. He said, cool.
Okay, I'm also gonna highlight. You know, talk about this guy last week,
Candy.
Florence.
Maybe, yeah.
Henry Thomas Blake.
Yeah.
Henry Thomas Blake. I believe he play. I may be wrong. I believe he plays safety or outside backer, one of the two. But 8 sacks at that position is ridiculous.
Very
He
impressive.
is leading the area by 3. So he's all over the quarterback. You know, if I was quarterback, I'd fear this guy. I mean, 8 sacks already this year from whichever position that is. That's unbelievable. And then the next best is 5. Samuel Sweeney shows up there for us.
Sweeney for us.
As a nose guard, right?
Mhm.
It's hard.
It's the hardest position in my opinion
oh,
to make
yeah.
tackles up.
It is
And he's
not. It
crazy
is
good.
not easy to get past those guys. So I love seeing that. Interceptions. You know, Jackson Penn's up there, I believe. Yeah, he's tied for 2. You know, a bunch of people have 2 interceptions this year. Russell has 1 guy. Hallmark with 3 interceptions. So he's leading the area. That's pretty much all I got to highlight. We're just about done. I'm gonna talk about Caden again. We talk about him every week. Is that 56 or 67 yards?
Out there?
67, 487 yards and 9 touchdowns, 7.3 yards per carry. Also going to jump down and highlight our wing back, Hudson Higgins, tied with Cam Fennessy for yards per carry, number 1, 10.9. He's not getting the ball too much, and when he gets it, he's gone.
Yeah.
1 touchdown. You know, it's
Very
hard to
impressive.
score with the run plays that we get in the
For
wing team.
wingback, yes.
Yeah.
And
So
keep in mind, like what we're saying, we're splitting this running game 3 ways.
we are.
You know what I'm saying? And we still have guys all over the leaderboard. It's very impressive.
And I can't highlight 2 of our running backs to highlight. The third one, Jackson Penn, 50 rushes, not as much as Caden. You know, we leaned on Caden a lot in the Lauderdale County game. He got
Yeah.
quite a lot of carries,
You
and
can't take it
which is
down.
really when he passed Jackson in the.
I'll give Ben
50-50.
props to. He doesn't want to go down. He puts up a fight.
Yeah, he does. He does.
And he's
fast.
he's ridiculously athletic.
4.45 at the Stanford camp this summer
ridiculous. You know,
on laser.
That's
our
insane.
our backfield, you know, this might sound weird, but it kind of reminds me of the Detroit Lions. You know, they got David Montgomery, big
Jameer.
power back.
Yes.
Then you got Jameer Gibbs, who's fast. So I think
Yeah,
that kind of reminds me of this Caden and
Jameer Gibbs, Roll Tide.
Jackson Penn dynamic here. You got power and speed.
What's Blake Coleman doing?
Jay Daniels,
All right, we're not.
Mark Chase,
we're not-
hey,
Hey.
Justin Jefferson.
This guy.
No one
played 3 times
was
against
talking
y'all.
about LSU.
Malik
no,
Neighbor.
no one wants. Okay, what
Oh,
about
he's
this
doing
year?
so good.
What about this year?
Jane Daniels has the
Hey,
best
Hey,
run
we-
defense.
the Pats coach leader
Calm
for
down,
Michigan.
Calm down. We are at almost an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh my
We are going to
God.
try and close it up.
All
We
right.
thank you for watching tonight. You know, we highlighted
Go
the game of the
Tigers.
week. Going to go over what we said for the game of the week. I had Deschler. He had Deschler. I had Deschler. He had Deschler. Central. So
Yes. So thank you. Thank
we'll
you
come
for
back.
watching.
We
Thank you
will
for
have
tuning in.
on the Instagram a pre-game interview with Coach Higgins and
Pre-game-
post-game
no
interview
way.
with Coach Higgins. So tune in for that. That will be posted on the Instagram
Those
tomorrow.
will be like Instagram lives. That was called. I'm not.
Probably just a
No,
live.
not a live. Just a post,
Reels.
like a
Short?
reel.
Reels. That's what it's called.
But yes, be expecting that tomorrow. We're going to be there with Coach Higgins. That's going to be pretty cool. But yes, we thank you for tuning in. Please share this to people. Try to get this out there as much as you can. And remember, thanks for tuning in and comment.
Can we clap it up for Cord? Make
Thanks, Corey.
Yeah.
Good luck tomorrow. Stay healthy.
I hope they stay healthy.
And we pray that everybody stays safe on their way to the games.
And pray for the Hardnett family.
Yes.
Yes.
Good luck.
All right, guys. Well, we thank you for tuning in and have a good night.
See you next time.